That is one of the coolest 3 minutes that you'll experience. There's so many boats. Everybody stages up out in the top of the cove. You get into your predetermined groups, and then you have a flag leader boat. Helicopter comes and signals the flagger, and then that person starts out, and you'll have 20 to 30 boats starting out at one time.
Jesse, this setting right here is the setting of where it all starts.
Right? This is a pretty cool spot. While we were here, they sounded the alarm and started generating electric, which pushes out water and was a pretty neat sight.
We are at the Bagnell Dam lookout, so above the dam. This is where the magic happens. This dam was created in 1931, finished in 1931, and this is what creates this beautiful, majestic, amazing lake that we create content around.
And I got some really good dam trivia questions for you.
Dam trivia, I love dam trivia, but we're gonna kick off this market update video, which is April's market update, with a very critical, important topic that everybody needs to know about, because summer's almost here. So you need to know, when should you be here for what we're gonna consider the top 5, and we're gonna throw in a bonus 6th, top 5 events at the Lake of the Ozarks this summer, and really, Jesse, every summer.
Yeah, I mean, Lake of the Ozarks has a lot of events going on year round, but there's some standout ones for sure that bring the most crowds.
Absolutely. So we're going to start, number 1, Hot Summer Nights. Hot Summer Nights is not on the water, and it actually runs from May until September. They have an event every month. The dates are May 9th, what already happened, June 13th, July 11th, August 8th, and September 5th. It's on the Strip, which is just behind us here. It's like a cruise-in car event.
Yeah, it's a monthly car show, pretty much.
It's pretty awesome. There's no cost. It's kid-friendly. Classic cars as far as the eye can see.
Yeah,
and
it's a cool
anybody
way
can
to
participate.
get around the Strip, get some ice cream.
And there's a ton of great restaurants on the Strip. There's live entertainment all weekend long for Hot Summer Nights.
Mm-hmm.
So the next date, again, is June 13th. Mark these down, June 13th. July is July 11th, August 8th, and if you want to push into September, it's September 5th.
Yep.
What's number 2?
Number 2 is the X Insurance Boat Race.
X Insurance Offshore, formerly known as the Lake Races, and there's some exciting news this year. It is moving back to right here.
Yep.
So literally right over our shoulder here. In fact, what an incredible spot to watch these races from right here. So many of you are familiar with the shootout. This is the other boat races, and it's also important to note they're pushing it back. So in past years, it's been the weekend after Memorial Day, which frankly sucks. It's a bad weekend.
Yeah.
Historically, not great weather, and it's usually one of the slowest weekends of the summer. So they're pushing it back to June 21st and 22nd. These are the races where they literally race.
Get to go around in circles.
Yes.
Head-to-head combat.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and all offshore cockpit-style boats. I mean, last year the winner was the Monster Energy boat.
Yeah.
The X Insurance boat is becoming very well known. Lots of Good Boy Vodka usually has racing. All of them are there.
All the big boats.
It's a lot of fun, and it's not just the races. So that's Saturday and Sunday, 21st and 22nd. But Thursday, June 19th, there's a pre-party at Lazy Gators. And then on Friday, June 20th, they do racer testing. So it would actually be a really cool opportunity to come out here, watch them test running. Also, there's a poker run that day.
Yeah,
so
big events.
Fun stuff. So that's number 2. What's number 3?
Number 3, we'll have 4th of July, which is on a Friday this year. So that will be a major weekend. Sometimes it gets straddled, in the middle of the week, and so you have a big weekend before, big weekend after. This time it's on Friday, so that is going to be the major weekend. There's the helicopter tour
is that what
going around.
There's that or they're coming for us. I wasn't sure.
There's another alarm going off at the dam, so they're probably going to be either just shut down water or they're going to be pushing some more out.
I hope you can hear that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but back to the fireworks. Everybody knows, of course, Margaritaville does big ones. Lodge of Four Seasons does big ones. Point Randall over here, just behind us, are well known for theirs. Bear Bottoms Resort has done really big ones in the past.
Old Kinderhook?
Yep. Some of my favorite memories, when we used to live over here off the 7-mile marker, we were out during the week. It wasn't on the 4th, but this is when Garrett was small and his friend, and we were out, and on both sides of the channel, everybody was shooting off their own fireworks. So it was so cool going down the lake and seeing people's fireworks go off on both sides of you. And Annie says, let's not put the boat up yet, just one more pass around. So we stayed out a little bit longer for it, and that was a memory we'll always have forever.
That's cool.
It's
a good point, because if you come down here around the 4th, in Missouri, fireworks are legal.
Yep.
And so, in fact, if you just go about 30 minutes from here in Buffalo, Missouri, they have some wholesale fireworks that you can purchase because we've done it before. And there are fireworks, literally, if you're just on the water anywhere, you don't have to necessarily go somewhere where they're doing a big show. You're going to have personal shows everywhere.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Shells, the people that own Vista Grande, put on a big show in our cove.
Cool.
That we went to actually by golf cart to get to the side of it last year. It's an awesome place to be in.
Moral of the story: 4th of July is definitely a top 3 time to be down here in the summer, if not number 1 or number 2. I mean, I have a number 1, but July 4th, that is a close number 2.
Yeah, for sure. Next one would be
Number 4,
Aquapalooza.
Ooh, yes.
On August 8th. That is a heck of a day. We've been there on boats before. We get to pull up and park on the dock, and they've got Captain Ron's. They've got a big stage set up right there on the beach, and I mean, they've usually got 4 bands back to back to back, and it's just some really good music. Everybody's drifting around in the water right there. It's a sandy beach. It's a good spot, even to bring kids up that enjoy it.
So it's a concert. It's a concert on the water.
It's a water concert.
Basically in a cove. It's at Captain Ron's, and it's kid friendly.
Yep.
It's a shit show. I mean, it's basically one massive cove party, effectively, right off of a bar.
Yeah,
Would you call it that?
We haven't really seen anything too wild or crazy.
By
there.
shit show, I mean a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
Not
for sure.
like Party Cove shit show.
No, not that. Not that. No, but you can run up to Captain Ron's, get a bite to eat, go back to your boat, go back in the water, float around. It's always just been a fun time.
Do you have to rent slips for that?
Yes. And Annie is on top of that every year because that is probably her favorite event to go to because she is a music and boat lake lover.
Aquapalooza. I've actually never been. I think I'm going to have to go this year.
You're missing something.
I'm going to have to go this year. Okay, number 5, and you all know what's coming here.
The Beast.
The best, in my opinion, event of the year, not just the summer.
Yeah, that would have to be something that people from outside of the area know Lake of the Ozarks most for.
Yep.
I mean, from boaters down in Florida,
Arizona,
I mean,
everywhere.
all over the place. Yeah. People come here for the shootout, to run their boats, watch it, and the events are strung out throughout the year now.
Yeah, well, and we're going to focus on the week because, yeah, technically, I mean, we've got a golf tournament this coming weekend that's sponsored, that's for the shootout. But we're going to focus on that week. So it actually starts the weekend before, which is Saturday and Sunday, the 16th and 17th of August, which is the mini shootout over at Hahatonka. We're talking RC boats, remote-controlled boats that are going over 100 miles an hour.
That's crazy.
It's so cool, and they have age groups. So, like, you know, smaller kids, they can't run past 50 miles an hour, like that's the max. But then, of course, the big boys are running over. It's really
kids.
cool. It's big kids, yeah, right. I mean, it's really cool because it's never massively attended.
Yeah.
You could cove out and watch these boats and have all room to yourself, unlike the big races. It's actually sponsored by our good friend at Van Cadillac, our good friend Chris. He is the headline sponsor of the mini shootout.
Chris, thanks for sponsoring.
A little shout out to Chris there. So that's where it starts that week, and then you get into Wishing on a Ride, which also is that first weekend, and then they do things throughout the week. Just very simple. It gives individuals with handicaps or disabilities, serious medical conditions, the opportunity to ride on Go Fast boats.
That's a very cool event, and that is a tearjerker story for Mark Mawson. Every time he tells that story, he comes to tears on it, just for how much it means for those kids to be able to go out on some of these boats.
Yeah, yeah.
I've helped out with it a few times. It just really drives home what the shootout is really about. It's there to help charities.
Yeah. It's really awesome, and it's probably one of the most under talked about events of the shootout week.
I would agree with that.
Because as I head into the next list here, we get maybe the best day of the week, which is the strip party on the Bagnell Dam Strip, where all of these race boats are up on their trailers.
It's a sight to behold.
It is cool.
I mean, when those things are cocked up on the side and they've got sound systems and lighting, and some of the rigs, even the rigs pulling the boats in, are insane.
And so the teams are there, the race drivers are there. You can have a conversation with Don Onken, who's the owner of American Ethanol. Like, you get up close and personal with all of these race teams on the strip party. That's Wednesday, August 20th. Then Thursday is kind of a private party, but not very private because it was packed last year, the performance boat party. That's on Thursday, the 21st. You got to know somebody to get in that one. And then Friday.
We've been sponsoring the Poker Run event for the last 4 years.
Polylift Poker Run.
Yep, Polylift Poker Run. So Lake Expo Real Estate will remain a co-sponsor to Polylift on that one this year. That is one of the coolest 3 minutes that you'll experience. There's so many boats. Everybody stages up out in the top of the cove. You get into your predetermined groups, and then you have a flag leader boat. They'll take off in different directions. A helicopter comes and signals the flagger, and then that person starts out, and you'll have 20 to 30 boats starting out at one time. 65 mile an hour is the speed limit, but having those boats running hard down the lake. And I would say that they do stick to that 65 mile an hour speed limit.
Haven't been. I mean, we were on a center console. We were on an HCB last year, which it's not going much faster than probably 65 miles an hour anyway.
Yeah, we never went over 65.
No.
The shootout and the poker run works really tightly with Highway Patrol to keep everything safe and let us keep doing this year after year, because that is such a fun event, and you hit so many different spots. I think the furthest we went up was Red Fox.
55-ish, yeah.
Red Fox and Big Dicks, and then we ended up down here at
all the way to Shady Gators.
Backwater Jacks. Shady Gators. Shady Gators.
Shady Gators, and then we hit Frankie and Louie's. Cave on the Niagara is where we started, which this year it's starting at Performance. Yep. I saw, so that's a little bit different. And then of course there's two things actually on the weekend. There are the races, Saturday and Sunday. Don't forget it's moved. It's over in the state park right in Jesse's backyard now.
Yep, at the top of our cove. This will be an interesting one.
It's going to be interesting.
Safe to say I'll have to clean up the dock for that weekend because it will be packed.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be different. It's a better location in terms of proximity to the masses. And so although the West Siders are upset, I'm one of them. But it's really when you think about the whole premise and the concept behind the shootout, which is to raise money for all local charities. It's all about money, yes, but it's not to line pockets. It's to line the pockets of charities. And the better location means you get more business activity, you get more spectator accessibility. There's going to be more hotels built around there in the coming years. It's just a better location, whether we like to admit it or not.
Yeah, I mean, the shootout is the major fundraiser for a lot of these local charities around here. With me being a part of Community Foundation of the Lake, the numbers that shootout can raise over that week is staggering for anything else that can happen throughout the year. Yeah. So hopefully good things to come with the new location.
100%. And last, there is a party on Saturday the 23rd at 5 o'clock, Rock the Dock, which is at Dog Days. Dog Days is now the host of the shootout. So if you're not familiar with that area, Dog Days is just right off there in the Grand Glaze, where the no wake is.
Yep, 19 mile
So, and by the way, I will mention, they're now one of the things people hated the most about the shootout was that 10-mile no wake.
That was a drag leaving.
And now, no wake other than under the bridge, the typical no wake.
Yeah.
There's going to be no wake because they anticipate that it's going to be a 50-50 going both ways when people leave, versus previously it was about 90% coming up the main channel, which is why it was dangerous. So something to point out.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one this year.
Now, I do want to add one bonus event that's brand new this year. There's not a lot of details. We're still learning about it, but the shootout left Captain Ron's, so Captain Ron's decided, well, we're still going to take advantage of all the hundreds of thousands of people that are down here, and so they're putting on their own poker run called the Cannonball Run, which is all designed to support local businesses.
Yeah, I mean, so with the shootout leaving that side of the lake, that supported those local businesses in that area for years and years and years. So now there's a vacuum for it. So Captain Ron is going to put on an event down that way to help support those businesses so they can still have income throughout the year. Shootout is busy, wherever it is. Some people may want to get away from that. Some people may want to be able to experience both sides of the lake while we're here this week. But there's so many people that come into the lake for that week that I think we should have enough room for everybody. Yeah. Everybody should be able to have a good time.
100%. And to give you a little bit more details, it's a poker run, so you get poker hands, right? You get cards, and it's based upon receipts that you spend at local businesses. So it's really cool. The concept is a great idea. It's a great excuse to go spend money at the Lake of the Ozarks, support local businesses, and the prize money is tens of thousands, it might even 100,000. It's a lot of money.
Events are still transpiring, as I understand.
That's true.
So
yes.
It'll be a good event for everybody down
Absolutely. All right, it's time to segue into the monthly market update.
Okay.
But we're going to change locations.
Okay. We're back. With a new location. That's a heck of a view down here.
Yeah, if you've never been down here before, all you do is wind around from the lookout, and you can get right down, literally up close and personal. There's a couple more big signs over there that talk about the fishing and some more facts about the dam. And then you get this view, which if you've ever been to Eagle Days, this is a parking spot. There are some eagle nests across the river. So we're on the Osage River here.
On the Osage
River
River
weird
here.
To say.
Yep. Boat launch right back behind you over there. We're here for the real estate review for April. We finally got our numbers in, and let's dive into lakefront homes like usual. New lakefront home listings this April were up over 22.5% compared to April of 24. This April we had 141 new listings compared to 115 last year. So far we're up 36 new homes year to date, new lakefront home listing all-time high were in the springs of 2013 to 2017 consistently. And then we had tailed off from them, and now we're gaining back traction.
We're back again. Wow, that's 10 years almost.
Yeah, so this April we had 141 new listings. Back then, 2013 to 2017, those spring months, they were consistently hitting over 200 new listings. So we're not in new territory is what I'm getting to say. Our median lakefront home sale price was down almost 2% this April at $626,000 compared to last April at $670,000. All-time high median sale price month was April of 2022 at $727,000. And if we go back just a little further to April of 2020, any guess what that number would be?
$450.
No. $292,000.
Holy shit.
114% increase.
How many people are kicking themselves on that one?
So, if you bought a house in April of 2020 or before, you were sitting on some serious equity.
Yeah. That's why when you're a homeowner, you get wealthier.
Great investment.
Yes.
Yeah. There were 15 fewer lakefront homes sold this April at 50 compared to 65 last April, decreased to 23%. January was up for home sales, but since then we've been trending down. Year to date, the number of sales are down by 19 homes or 11%. But we still got a lot of year to go. So our hot summer, May will be big, June will be big, July is always a good month, August will settle down a little bit, and then we'll gear back up in our fall. Months of supply jumped from 5.7 months to 6.8 months. That's definitely going into a neutral market and teetering on going into a buyer's market. We haven't seen this many months of supply since November of 2019, so that's just our inventory up on the rise. This April, our list to sell ratio dropped 3% compared to last year to 95.4%. There are definitely more negotiations happening to get the deal across the finish line. So you're going to see that in kind of a market shift where you have more homes hitting the market, a little bit fewer less sales, so sellers have to fight to get their homes sold.
Shifting to a buyer's market, huh?
Yep, shifting from sellers into a buyer. So right now we're still in that neutral part where things are going back and forth on us. April 2025 days on market is 44 days, up 23% from April 2024 at 36 average days on market. We're still in historic lows for days on market, but this can easily be manipulated. If we need to do a price reduction, we pull your property off the market, wait a couple days, go back to market at a new price, and then bang, you got a sale. So that number is a little bit wishy-washy, but just strategy and how you do that. Lakefront homes for sale by price bracket, and I made an adjustment on it this month, but from 300 to just under 500,000, we're up 12 homes to 46 homes for sale. 500 to just under 750,000, we're up 19 homes to 69 homes for sale this month. 750,000 to just under a million, up 11 homes at 54. And this is my new price bracket because that was a big fish, wasn't it?
I was going to say, it sounded like a paddlefish jumping out of the water. Man, I wonder if you saw that behind this in the video. That's cool.
So we usually have just this staggering big number between homes for sale between 1 million and 5 million. So this month I broke it down and did 1 million to 2 million. And so there's 66 homes available on the market right now between that 1 and 2 million price point.
Wow. From
From 2 million to 5 million, 37 homes. And over 5 million homes, we're up one with 9 homes for sale right now.
Amazing. Yeah. What was the adjustment? You said you made an adjustment.
I added in the 1 million to 2 million price bracket. I was going from 1 to 5, but it was just so many homes, it just overpowered it. So yeah, just over a million.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Lakefront condos, still in some battlegrounds there. New listings this April was up 16.4% at 135 new condos to the market this April compared to last April. All-time high was February 2017 at 116 new condo listings. Median sale price for lakefront condos was up 5.7% this April to an all-time high of $370,000 from April 2024 that was $350,000. The median sale price for a lakefront condo in April 2020
$175.
$202,000.
Wow, I undershot it.
Yeah, you undershot that one. Still an 83% increase in equity. Sales were up. They were up on condos. Finally.
Wow.
The number of condos sold were up.
We got some sort of a celebration here.
Yes.
Insert celebration.
By 2 condos.
So take what we can get.
This April we sold 37 condos but still year to date, we're down 10 condos compared to last year. Months of supply continue to rise from 10 months on the 10 months of supply to 10.6 months of supply. So we're seeing more and more influx of inventory compared to sales that are taking them off the market. This is definitely buyer's market territory, 100%, no doubt about it.
Interesting, good.
Current listed sale price ratio is at 96.75% year to date compared to 98.6%. So we're still seeing more negotiations happening on condos. Average days on market for condos decreased slightly from last month, but is up 65% from last April. This April, we're at average 47 days on market. Condos available by room, 2-bedroom units available, up 17 to 136 condos. 3 bedrooms available, 224 3-bedroom condos on the market, and that's up 12 from last month.
Ouch, if you're trying to sell your condo.
4 bedrooms available, 28, which is actually down 9 condos from last month. Yeah, so interesting thing.
So if somebody's considering selling right now, doesn't need to sell, now is not the best time.
There's still homes moving. There's still condos moving. We've sold 128 condos this year.
There's just a lot more competition, which means that could make for more. Basically, if you wanted to get top dollar, it's less likely.
Well, that conversation is, I'll sell if I can get this price.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Not in today's market.
Yeah.
You have too much competition.
Or you got to have something really, really unique.
When you have 6 condo units identical to yours in the same complex, you don't get to pick your price.
Yeah.
The buyers are picking their price on this one.
Yeah.
Summary for lakefront homes. Things have cooled since January. We had a hot start in January. Our inventory is up. We've got 32% more properties available than what we did this time last year on the market, and a little bit weaker sale counts. This is the first month of the year the average median sale price did not appreciate. The volume in dollars traded or the market is slightly contracted to about 10% for the year. Interesting times, as they say. Condos, still a trending story. They continue to decline, contracting in volume by 13 1/3% in dollars traded year to date. Again, from last month, we were down 15.68% on transaction volume for the year. So we're making up some ground, but we still have some headwinds in the way. Another recent trend that I've noticed the past couple months is the disparity in the average sale price compared to the median sale price. The average sale price for condos is down 4.67% on the year versus median sale price is up by 9.84%. This is signaling an increase in sales of more affordable condos, lowering the average sale price. With a larger proportion of the sales concentrated in the lower price ranges, this would pull the average down even if the median sale price increased. We're seeing lower dollar amount condos selling versus the higher luxury condos in the market right now. HOA fees weighing heavily on buyers. That's one of the biggest things. First is what they want to buy. The second is how much does it cost, and then the third is I don't want HOA fees over X amount per month. So when you're trying to sell your condo, yes, you have to be competitive in your condo complex, but you also have to see what all the other condo complexes have available out there in their how many beds they have, how many bathrooms they have, what their dock slip size is. But you have to be competitive with their HOA fees. And for a seller, you can't control your HOA fees by the fee. You have to control that with your entry price and have that buyer see the value of your condo at that entry level price range. So condos, like we said, over the numbers, they've still appreciated. We just don't get to keep pushing the number higher and higher and higher. So now we have more competition. Sellers, it's more important now than ever. We provide staging when we take a listing, but there are some deeper things you need to look at. Painting the condo makes a big difference. If you walk in and you have a neutral colored condo, all the same colors, instead of houses like I had that I built back in 2008, years from there where we had different colors, you had red in the kitchen and different things like that. That really dates a condo. So there may be some deeper work. I'm going to be going to a condo later on this afternoon just to have that discussion about what do we need to do to get this thing on the market.
Could you make an argument though that because there is so much saturation in the current market, that maybe instead of leaning towards neutral, maybe giving a very specific vibe You know, whether it's a beachy feel, vacation-y feel, maybe it's something that's a trending thing on Pinterest right now, certain colors, and you just say, you know what, I'm gonna differentiate by making mine this. I know I'm gonna eliminate some buyers, but the buyer that loves it is gonna choose me over the other 5.
Yeah, that's an interesting direction to go down. One of the biggest thing is furnishings, what's furnished in there. Going very, very trendy. There's so many different options on condos that it's really difficult once you get a buyer filtered down into your condo. I had a buyer this past week and they loved the blue vanities that were in this new condo.
Yeah.
But that could be because his boat was colored blue and he's all red.
But that's that differentiation that they probably made them say, I want this condo versus any other.
You can go Jeff's route. I'm just saying update it. Make it look nice and fresh. Have good furniture in there, whether you're going to be transferring the furniture or not.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it, I wouldn't call it. I just say it's a thought. I don't know that I would be willing to take that chance, but I think it's a chance that might be worth taking right now.
Well, you had some trendy paint in your condo when you sold it.
Yeah, and that was toned way down.
Yeah.
Actually, mine felt like originally like you were walking into a Key West place, which is what I wanted. I wanted a Jimmy Buffett feel. And then my wife, once our relationship got more mature, she said, we're changing this. So yeah. So the orange bathroom.
Interesting facts.
Isn't that how that worked?
Huh? Yeah. So take advice when Jeff says to paint your place with vibrant colors.
I'm not saying, I don't know if vibrant's the answer, but you know, again, I see all these
something different that's
things
out
that
there
are
in the
trending
market.
right now. And you just go to Pinterest, which I'm not on Pinterest, but you go see what's trending and follow that lead because it could be the difference. I don't know.
Yeah. So whether you're selling a home or a condo right now, you really have to put your best foot forward when you go to market. We have different steps and processes in there. You've seen my video with Steve and George. We really want to showcase your home in the best light possible. We do that through our system. We highlight it with Jeff. You guys see it on the channel. But you really need to dot your I's, cross your T's, have all the little honeydew projects buttoned up because you have increasing competition in the market. And you said the market's saturated a little bit ago. I wouldn't say saturated. We're going back to normal, which is just a shift out of this COVID high demand time
comparative to recent times.
Right. Buyers, you've got options right now. Now is when you've been waiting for. Interest rates are going to be hovering in the same range. We're here now for the rest of the year. But you have options and you have more negotiating power than you ever had before. So there are strategies that go into that in more negotiations that happen even after the contract's accepted. So if you're looking for a proven realtor with processes, strategies, powerhouse marketing like Fitzer Media, Lake Expo, which gives us 10 times the exposure of any other media that we have available around here. I'm Jesse Falsich with Lake Expo Real Estate, 573-260-0868, or shoot me an email, Jesse, Jesse, at lakeexporealestate.com. Jeff?
Well, the next time we do this,
thanks for bringing us down here.
It's going to be summertime. Memorial Day will have happened, and man, it's time to get excited.
We'll have some more sunshine.
That's right. I hope so.
Thanks,
See you
everybody.
next one.